Hey there, everyone! Welcome to the 4th episode of Strange Silver Age. You can call me Cassie Rose, and I'm your host and guide through the bizarre world of Silver Age DC Comics. I guess I should explain what Silver Age means, for those of you that might not know. The Silver Age covers the period of comics released from 1956 to 1970, and it's pretty well known for having some out-there stories. Let's just say I wouldn't be surprised if they were smoking something in the writer's room. Today, we're covering World's Finest, issue number 187, released in 1969. Specifically, I'll be focusing on the cover story, The Demon Superman, which concludes the Salem Batwitch trial story arc from the previous issue and our previous episode. Without further ado, let's dive in. On this cover, Batman is tied to a stake on top of a pyre as Superman lights it with his heat vision. Behold, friends, you wanted proof Batman is evil. His fellow demons have turned against him. They lit this fire to execute him. You're lying, Superman. I'm innocent. This time around, the colonial citizens look more concerned than pissed off. Probably because they know Superman's logic of, the evil demons want Batman to die. This proves Batman is totally evil, is slightly flawed. And once again, the teaser page is even crazier and better than the cover. Ha ha ha! Forward, soldiers of Britain! I'll lead you to victory over General Washington's forces! Superman has a demented expression on his face as he flies, carrying a British flag. Behind him is a fully armed battalion of British soldiers to remind the American colonies of King George III's love. Da 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 da. Whoops, my inner theater kid escaped containment for a second there. Let me just lock that back up. No, Superman, stop. You can't betray your country. You act like a man possessed by the devil. Time for the narration box. What evil influence has taken possession of the Man of Steel? Why has America's greatest super champion turned against the cause of freedom in the Revolutionary Era? What has changed the nation's guardian into the Demon Superman? Alright, time to find out why Superman has become a diehard loyalist to the British monarchy. We pick up where the previous issue left off, with Batman accused of witchcraft and trapped in wooden stocks. Batman is taken to be burned at the stake, and Sylvia sobs and embraces him before his execution. Then suddenly, Benjamin freakin' Franklin shows up, holding up a petition against such brutal punishment, signed by everyone that signed the Declaration of Independence. Damn, it's impressive that Benjamin freakin' Franklin got this petition drafted and signed by 56 people in only a few hours. But Superman refuses to let that stop him, secretly using his heat vision to light the pyre. Superman claims that no one but Batman could have started the fire, which proves Batman is a witch. Okay, but why would Batman light his own pyre, even if he was a witch and able to magically produce fire? Surely, the colonial citizens won't be stupid enough to fall for this obvious lie. That proves it! He's a sorcerer, all right. I stand corrected. Batman's final request is for the citizens to look up at the sky, and they see Superman flying. The people of Salem immediately switch gears, believing Batman is innocent and Superman is a witch. Ha ha ha! Fools, you can't hold me. You'll all be in British military prisons when I'm through. Well, that escalated quickly. Superman went from just a massive jerk to a full-on cackling supervillain mode real fast. As Batman is untied, Benjamin freaking Franklin tells off the colonial citizens for almost executing an innocent man. Batman announces to the town that Superman seems to have plans to team up with the British, and declares that he must find Superman and stop him. Sylvia, concerned for Batman's safety, insists that they seek out the help of General Anthony Wayne, and Batman agrees. Meanwhile, Superman is palling around with the British. He uses his powers to dig a trench for the British troops in seconds and offers his services to them. The British accept the Man of Steel's proposal and give Superman the task of capturing General Anthony Wayne. We then switch over to Sylvia and Batman meeting up with General Anthony Wayne. Sylvia and Batman explain to General Wayne that Superman, a friend of Batman's, has become a traitor and joined the British Army. General Anthony Wayne invites the two of them into his tent and agrees to help, but says that his soldiers have gone home and his bugler, Robbie, would have to fetch them. Superman is flying overhead and spots Sylvia, Batman, and General Wayne in the tent with his X-ray vision, so he lifts up the tent and flies it over to the British Army. Luckily for our heroes, Robbie Douglas the Bugle Boy arrives and he chases after the flying tent. Superman delivers the tent full of prisoners to the British encampment, and the British general declares his intent to force war secrets out of Anthony Wayne through interrogation. Anthony Wayne refuses to tell the British anything, so Superman slaps him. Twice! But Anthony Wayne remains defiant, saying that he would rather die than betray his fellow revolutionaries. Superman isn't bothered by this and commands a firing squad to aim at General Anthony Wayne. Just as they're about to shoot down General Wayne, Batman bursts out of the tent and claims that he is actually General Anthony Wayne. Due to Batman being identical to General Wayne, the British general is now confused on which of them is the real Anthony Wayne. Superman gleefully suggests that the firing squad should just shoot both of them, then suddenly says, "Wait, I have a better idea. Let them fight each other to the death with their bare hands. The winner gets to live. For a while anyway, ha ha ha." Superman's expression is hilariously psychotic as he says this, which makes this panel even better. Robbie Douglas arrives in the nick of time, and he coincidentally looks exactly like Robin. Batman gives Robbie a kryptonite pebble from his utility belt, and he tells Robbie to use his slingshot to hit Superman in the forehead with the pebble. Robbie successfully beans Superman in the head with the kryptonite pebble, and Superman seems confused as to what happened. Batman explains that the kryptonite pebble weakened him for a moment. Superman then proceeds to single-handedly beat the crap out of the entire troop of British soldiers and destroy all of their artillery. All right, everyone. Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. The explanation of why Superman acted like a psychopath. Well, here it is. A demonic possession. Yes. Yes, really. Okay, maybe I should give more detail than that. Let me give a rundown of the body-hopping demon hijinks. So, the demon is said to be an Ifrit, which is a bastardization of Ifrit, a term meaning a demonic creature in Islamic folklore. The Ifrit started out possessing the body of the condemned British spy, then hopped to General Anthony Wayne to avoid execution, then switched over to Batman. The Ifrit was just chilling in the backseat of Batman's body for a while until Superman framed Batman for witchcraft to scare it out. Not sure if I buy that excuse, Superman. There are other ways you could have scared out the demon. I think you just wanted to get Batman out of the way to have Sylvia to yourself. After Superman lit Batman's pyre, the Afreet jumped into Superman's body. Let me just emphasize that before Batman's execution, Superman was being a super jerk without any supernatural intervention. Hitting Superman with the kryptonite pebble drove the demon out of Superman, and then it possessed the British general. Sylvia decides to make a bust of Batman so she can always remember him. Kinda weird, but okay. And that solves the mystery of where that bust in the previous issue Gotham Museum came from. Wow. Just wow. What can I even say about this one? Well, I'm glad I found out the context of the infamous "the winner gets to live, for a while anyway" panel. Thank you for joining me for the 4th episode of Strange Silver Age. Once again, I'm Cassie Rose, signing off for now. I got some crime to fight, and I'll see you later.